always, let's begin in seated meditation. Allow yourself to support your hips if you need it with a blanket or a bolster. As you allow your spine to grow tall, and eyes begin to draw down. So we can begin to move inward from all of the excess sensations that draws us away from ourselves. Just take a moment here to simply notice how you feel physically. And then draw your awareness to your breath, the sensations of your breath. Notice the relationship between your inhale and exhale. Notice the pattern of your breath. And the patterning of your thoughts as they come and go. You see, we create patterns that others depend on. And then the last thing we ever imagined happens. We begin to grow and change. Then to stay vital, we must break the patterns we create. Just allow yourself to observe your patterns. Let you sit up nice and tall. Extend your left leg forward, but keep the sole of your right foot in the inner thigh. As you sweep your arms up and over, turning to your right, place your left hand on your right knee. Then inhale, sit up as tall as you can. Let your breath move up along your spine, creating space across your chest. And then gently twist over your right shoulder. Feeling your hips and leg lines anchored down. And just allowing your breath to grow tall. Notice how your exhalation of the breath creates an increased spinal rotation. And then slowly release as you turn your gaze forward. Inhale, arms extend up and overhead. And exhale, stretch your hands forward as you reach for your calves, your ankles. Take a breath in to extend your spine. And exhale, gently fold. Just allow your shoulders to soften. Just feel the breath start to move in deeper. Notice your joints, your knees and ankles. And as you breathe deeply, let your shoulders start to soften. Just allow your body, your breath to simply watch, to observe. To recognize patterns that we create. Inhale, slowly rise up nice and tall. Simply switch sides, extend your right leg forward. Bring the sole of your left foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Turn to your left. Placing your right hand on your left knee. Inhale, sitting as tall as you can. And exhale, gently twist over your left shoulder. Keeping both sitting bones anchored down. And from that stable hips, allow the breath to extend up tall. Start to feel your ribs expand and contract as you deepen your breath. And slowly release. Inhale. Walk your hands forward and capture your ankle, calves, or foot. Take a breath in as you elongate your spine. And exhale, let your torso fall forward. Listen to the sound of the breath. As you turn awareness to your breath, notice how the body starts to shift and change. And inhale, slowly rise all the way up. As you extend your legs forward, just release the sensations across your left knee. Then draw your knees together as you cross your ankles. Just slowly make your way onto your hands and knees. As you spread your fingers out wide, stacking your shoulders over hands. Exhale, just round your spine as you tuck your chin into cat spine. Start to move side to side as you keep your back body inflated. Then inhale, soften your belly and shoulders as you lift your chin into cow spine. And exhale, draw your belly in into cat spine. Then inhale, soften into cow spine. As you start to move with the breath, notice the patterning of breath as the body follows. This patterning is important so we can repeat. But within the repetition, we can start to notice subtle changes. We may feel it within ourselves, but others may not see quite yet. As your breath lengthens and deepens, notice the subtle sensations. As you feel this patterning of your flexion extension, start to unpattern by exploring, crossing hip-lined shoulders by snaking the spine. Allowing yourself to move and sway and just notice how this feels. And slowly tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take a little stroll by walking your legs in place. Continue to focus your awareness to your breath and notice your body sensations. As you start to notice the pattern, you may not feel big changes, but as we repeat, you'll start to notice your change. Now bend your knees deeply, look forward, step your feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift hands to shin. And exhale, deepen the forward fold. Just allow your head to hang, let your belly soften as your knees bend. Feel your torso feeling supported. Front of it heavy, shoulders heavy, hands heavy. Inhale, press into your feet, rise into standing, arms fold up and overhead, reaching up tall. And stretch back and lean back. Exhale, bend your knees and arms extend overhead. Toes are lifted, shoulders nice and soft. Now sweep your arms behind you, clasp your hands, and inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chin. And exhale, straighten your knees as you fold forward. Take a few breaths to deepen your breath. Allow your arms to lift overhead. Send your breath across your shoulders. Continue to listen to the sound of your breath. As we become more aware, we can start to notice the small attention to details that no one else can experience. Just slowly release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to take a giant step back. Back foot intersects the heel of your front foot. Inhale. Your left arm leads alongside your ears and lands softly into a strong warrior stance. As you press forth your front shin, back leg strong. Feel your torso more vertical and upright. Your arms are horizontal, light and spacious. Notice the pulsing of the breath, ever changing and evolving. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lift your right arm to the sky. Just left hand down your back thigh, breathing into your right side body. Sink your hips in just a little further as you breathe. Exhale, forearm to the thigh or slide your hands a little further. Sweep your left arm up and over your ears. Deep, steady breath, steady gaze as you open up your left lateral body. Notice the changes that you're starting to feel. Your mental mindset is more steady. One more breath here. And exhale, follow your left hand all the way to the long edge of your mat. Bring your toes in so your feet are nice and parallel. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. And exhale, deepen the forward fold. Draw your lower belly in. Increase your breath. As you do this, notice how your body starts to create more space. Turn your gaze softly beyond the tips of your nose, beyond your legs. Allow your inner drishti or gaze or outer gaze to be on a single point. Inhale, look up halfway. You're going to travel back to your right foot. Let your hands move, let your feet move. Square off your hips as your back heel lifts into runner's lunge. Placing your left hand down, inhale, reach your right arm to the sky for your twist. Strong for your back leg, expanding through the arms. You're going to lift your chin slightly back and lift your chin, head back. Just notice the space that you're creating across your chest. Deep, steady breaths. And exhale, release your right hand. Lower your back knee down. Straighten your front knee as you slide your front heel forward to square off your hips, your shoulders, your torso. Take a breath. And exhale, let your elbows bend. Place hands on supports if you need to, if the floor feels far away. Smooth out your breath. Then inhale as you look forward. Rebend your front knee. Lift your back knee up strong. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, deepen the forward fold. Allow your knees to bend as much as you need to. Notice the changes that you're starting to feel. And inhale, press into your feet, rise up to standing, arms float up and around, reaching up tall. Lower your right arm down, stretch over to your right side. Take another breath in to expand across the lateral body. And inhale back to center, arms up again. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, return back to center, hands reach towards the sky. Then clasp your hands behind your back again. Then inhale, chest lifts, sit back in your chair. Exhale, tipping forward, heart to thigh, arms lift away from your waist. Firm up your belly, let your torso reach further down your leg line as you gaze softly beyond the tips of your nose. Notice within a repeated pattern the small changes that you're starting to experience. Then slowly release your hands, inhale, halfway lift. Taking a giant step back with your right foot, let the arch of your back foot intersect your front heel. Inhale, right arm leads alongside your ears, rise up into a strong warrior two stance. Start to feel the foundation of your feet, leg lines are strong, torso's upright, your arms and hands are light. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lift your left arm to the sky. Bend your body a little deeper to increase the space. Return your ribs into your left lateral body. Exhale, reaching forward, forearm to the thigh. Inhale, right arm reaches up and over alongside your right ear. Just following gaze skyward to the lifted hand. Your left forearm is pressing actively away from your inner left ribs. Breathe a little deeper into your right lateral body. Exhale, follow your right hand all the way down. Turn to your right for wide leg forward bend. Toes are in, heels are out. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, deepen the fold. Increase your focus, whether it's an inner gaze or an outer gaze. Firm up your low belly. Maintaining active legs. Inhale, looking halfway. Travel back to your left foot. Let your hands move. Let your feet adjust into your runner's lunge. Placing your right hand down, inhale your left arm to the sky. So many of our inner changes happen. And sometimes it may feel difficult for others. But you see, this change is not a blame or a fault. It's common in nature when we watch. As you lower your right knee down, straighten your front leg into kneeling half split, slide your front heel forward. Now inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen the forward fold. Notice nature teaches us, as patterning allows us to understand, but it's breaking our patterns, especially the regressive patterns. And then slowly inhale, halfway lift. Re-bend your left knee. This time going to step your left foot back into downward facing dog. Fan out your fingers, firm up your belly, and reach your hips towards the sky. Deep, steady breath, steady gaze. And as you lower forward to your hands and knees. Slide your right knee to your right hand, foot across your mat. Just walk your left leg back as you set up for pigeon on your right side. If prone pigeon does not feel good to your knee, just lie down on your back. And then cross your left ankle of your right thigh as you draw your left knee in. When you're ready, just come down onto your elbows. Allow your forehead to be supported, whether it's on a support or stacking of forearms. Just relax the tissues, joints. Feel your body starting to soften. When we allow ourselves to watch nature, to watch the ocean and shore do their dance of build up and crumbling. This happens daily. Notice the moment to moment. Notice how important it is to break patterns to stay vital. To continue to observe your thoughts and notice the patterns they create. And allow your breath to break those patternings that are regressive in nature. Slowly come all the way up onto your hands again. Lift your back knee up and slide your right foot back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And inhale, pigeon on your left side, left knee to your left hand. Take a few breaths to organize as you walk your right leg back. Maintain an upright spine for a breath or two to settle into your joints. Then exhale, lowering down to your elbows. Feeling your tissues start to soften. Allowing your breath to continue to travel. Notice the more we start to look within, there's an immense sense of non-judgmental space that we begin to create. We begin to work to build our love for ourselves and to be able to know others fully, to embrace change. Inhale, slowly come all the way upright. Lean into your left hip. Slide your right leg forward. As you draw your knees in toward your chest and slowly recline on your back. As you recline on your back, hug your knees into your chest, let your shoulders soften. And gentle rock side to side to massage the back body. Continue to observe your even breath in and out. As you set your feet down, knees are still bent. Inhale, let your hips rise. Let your palms of your hands and arms press down or interlock your fingers behind you. Use your arms to lift your pelvis up. Use your arms to expand across your chest. Feel the rising of your belly and chest as you breathe in and out. As you exhale, release your hands and broaden your shoulders. Roll down one vertebra at a time. And gently sway your knees side to side as you move with your breath. Just notice the subtle changes as your knees sway. And then draw your knees back in toward your chest. As you hug your knees in, exhale, lift your head up and give yourself a little squeeze. Then inhale, slowly release your legs and arms as you make your way into your final rest. Feel your breath starting to soften. Your body beginning to melt to the earth. But maintaining an awakened state. To notice the subtle changes. Slowly return your awareness to your breath, drawing gentle movements to your fingers and to your toes. As you sweep your arms overhead, take a full breath in, and open your mouth and release your breath. To gather your knees in toward your chest and gently roll on over to one side. Whenever you're ready, using your hands to rise back up into a comfortable seated position once more. Just feel your spine growing nice and tall as your eyes remain closed. As you continue to turn your awareness inward with the guidance of your breath. Lay your hands together in heart center as you bow to look within. As Walt Whitman once said, if I contradict myself, I contradict myself. I contain multitudes. As you turn your awareness inward, the importance of patterning, but also recognizing that we can begin to break our patterns. As we bow our heads up within, to give gratitude to this inner awakening, may open up ourselves to continue to grow and continue to change. Namaste.